Back with us now, former Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz. Former Congressman, excuse me, Jason. Jason, so Hunter Biden's former business partner, he's a Biden family insider. Devon Archer, what did you make of him testifying Hunter put his father Joe Biden on speakerphone over 20 times on phone calls with business associates to, quote, sell the Biden family brand?
Well, this is all the evidence had pointed that way. It's just another person corroborating all the other evidence. There are voicemails, there are emails, there are text messages, there are photographs, there are business meetings. And what's sickening and disgusting about this, it was pay to play. The only product that Devon Archer and Hunter Biden were selling was that Biden brand. He was the vice president of the United States. He was in charge of Ukraine policy. He could get things done in China. That's the reason why people bought into Devon Archer and Hunter Biden. They had no other business experience to lean on, no other connections, no other products. It was simply Joe Biden and access to the White House. That's why this is one of the biggest scandals in the history of the United States presidency.
Yeah, it is corruption on an industrial level. I mean, Devon Archer testifying that then Vice President Biden brought the most value to the Biden family brand, that the value of adding Hunter Biden to places like Ukraine's Burisma's board was the brand.
Yeah, and look, in a previous interview, even Hunter Biden admitted that he wouldn't have gotten these roles except that he was a Biden. And what is key here is to tie the flow of money, because that's what happened is the money started flowing by the millions and millions of dollars, north of 10 million. Some people have said 40 or 50 million dollars. But that's why the Department of Justice is morally bankrupt. They had this evidence. They've had the laptop for years and years and years. They've had all of this evidence and they haven't pursued it with vigor. That's the problem. Then they come up with this sweetheart deal to try to get a plea agreement to give Hunter Biden this blanket immunity. It just shows again that they're doing everything they can to protect Biden's. Don't investigate. Meanwhile, they want to go after Donald Trump all day long.
Well, you know, immunity,
it's just so
you're
wrong.
talking of the immunity for potential future crimes or felonies brought against Hunter, like breaking foreign lobbying laws. Yeah. So, you know, Archer's testifying that Burisma would have gone under if not for the Biden family brand. And then in December 2015, Hunter Biden, along with the CEO and CFO of Burisma, quote, called D.C. to discuss the Ukrainian prosecutor investigating Burisma for corruption. The implication is the phone call was to Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden cashing in on his government job. Jason, we've never seen this in the history of the United States. Even the Teapot Dome scandal wasn't as bad as this.
No, and he used $1 billion of U.S. money as the enticement to the people in Ukraine, saying you have to fire this prosecutor or this investigator, or you're not going to get your $1 billion of U.S. taxpayer money. And then that's what happened. That's what's shocking is they paid for the policy, they got the policy, they got it done, they got this guy fired. And it also, I think, coming out of this testimony is the relationship in China. That has so many national security implications. Yeah. You know, dealing with somebody who's tied into the Chinese government at the extent that he was. Yeah. Again, Joe Biden going in to have dinner, having dinner with them.
This is normalizing systematically lying to the American people. This is trying to normalize that, trying to normalize cashing in on the White House. Business Insider reporting foreign policy was changed when Hunter Biden, or tried to be changed. Hunter Biden asked Libya for $2 million in success fees to unlock $15 billion in Libyan assets frozen by the Obama White House. That's trying to change U.S. policy. That's foreign lobbying, Jason. Final word.
Yeah, Libya, China, Romania, Ukraine. I mean, the list just goes on. He tried to do it in Mexico. Even brought somebody on Air Force Two. Hunter Biden's business partner went on Air Force Two down to Mexico to try to cut a deal. And for the president to routinely lie, he got caught.
Got it. Jason Chaffetz, we're going to stay on the story. Thanks for joining us.